All right, let's go ahead and do number 1. The cost of admission to the Spring Carnival was 50 for a group, 50 for a group of 9 children and 2 adults. The admission was 61 for another group of 10 children and 3 adults. What was the admission price for each child and what was the admission price for each adult? Okay, you may want to work it out on the back. You don't have anything on the back, right? All right, the first thing that we need to do is figure out what is X and what is Y. What is X? Children. And what is Y? Adults. Those are the two things that it's talking about, right? Children tickets and adult tickets. Yay? All right, so let's come up with my systems of equations. $50 for 9 children and 2 adults. 50x? 9x. 9x and what else? Plus 2y equals 50. Very good. And the next one, 61 for 10 children and 3 adults. Tell me the equation. 10x plus 3y equals 61. Okay? Yay? All right. So tell me let's pick how we want to solve it. Graphing, substitution, or elimination? We're going to do elimination? All right, so if I'm going to do elimination, I'm going to go ahead and highlight my original ones because I'm going to change them in a few minutes. So I'm going to try it. I'm not going to change the 9x and the 10x. I'm going to try to eliminate the y's, right? Because it's a lot smaller, right? This one I can multiply by 2, and this one I can multiply by -3 or -2 or however I decide, right? So if I multiply this by -3, then I'm going to multiply this by 2. Yay? So that I can get a -6y and a positive 6y. Are you guys with me? All right. So -3 times 9x would be -27x. -3 times 6 times 2y would be -6y. And -3 times 50 would be -150. 2 times 10x, 20x. 2 times 3y, 6y. And 2 times 61, 122. Yay? All right, so the y's cancel out. -27x and 20x would be -7x. And -150 and positive 120. -28, very good. And then x equals what? 4. Not -4. First of all, you're looking for the admission price. Can the admission price be -4? That means they're going to give you $4 for you to enter? Because you're not paying anything if it's -4. Right? Okay. So let's think about this. All right. Now, this means that it's $4 for the children to get in, right? $4. Now I got to figure out the adults. So what do I do? Substitute. Very good. So 10 times 4. It doesn't matter which one. Plus 3y equals 61. And then you go to equation solver and you solve your equation, right? All right. So go to equation solver and do your thing. Somebody's telling me 7. Is that correct? Yeah. All right. Now, does that make sense that the adults pay a little bit more than the children? Yeah, so that's another way that you know that you're doing it correctly. Okay? Are we good with number 1? All right. Ready for number 2? Let's go to number 2. All right. The larger of two numbers is 9 more than twice the smaller. The sum of the numbers is 3 less than 5 times the smaller. Find the numbers. So what is it talking about over here? What two things is it talking about? No. What you're going to have to add them, yes, at some point. But what is it talking about? There's a number that's a small number, and there's a number that's a large number. Very good. So one of them needs to be x. Jasmine, you want to take that outside, please? All right, so which one is which? Okay, this is where you have to be really smart about things. The larger of two numbers is. If I decide that the larger is x, then I'm going to have x equals 2. I don't want x equals 2. I want what? Y equals 2. So then eventually I can go to my graph, right? So if I decide that y is the larger one, this over here is translated as the larger of two numbers is y equals 9 more than, that's your backward word, right? Twice the smaller, which means x would be the, okay, so twice the smaller would be 2x. If it's more than, it's adding 9. Is she gone? Or is she just outside? All right. The sum of the numbers. So what are the numbers? What are the numbers? No. What are the numbers? No. What are the numbers? X and Y. The numbers are X and Y. You have a larger number and a smaller number. So the numbers are X and Y, and the sum of them is 3 less than, whatever goes after then, you write first, 5 times the smaller. What is 5 times the smaller? 5x. Less than means what? And then you take away 3, correct? All right, I already have this one solved for y, so the only thing that I'm going to do is solve the other one for y as well, and then go to the calculator. See, you got to be smart about what method you're using, because some equations are a lot easier to use y equal to, but some of them are easier to substitute, and some are easier to eliminate. So you got to be careful. The only thing that I need to do is minus x, and then y equals 4x minus 3. I don't even have to change the window because look at my y-intercepts. They're 9 and negative 3, so I'm good to go. We can go straight over here. All right, so 2x plus 9 and 4x minus 3. And then I'm going to calculate that point of intersection. Uh-oh. Let's see. 1, 2, and 3. If it says quit, nope, it gave it to me. So what are the numbers? 6 and 21. All right, so which one is the smaller one? And did it turn out to be the smaller one? Yes. And look at the larger one. It's 21. Now, if you want to make sure that these are correct, and you want to confirm that they're correct, what can you do? Substitute. Very good. So this would be 21 equals 2 times 6, which is 12. And 12 plus 9 is 21. That's how you know they're correct. All right, ready for number 3? All right. Pop's Cycle Shop sells bicycles and tricycles. The number of bicycles is 1 less than 4 times the number of tricycles. All the bicycles and tricycles together have a total of 174 wheels. How many bicycles are there? All right, you got to figure out what's your x and what's your y. Be careful about this. You got to make sure that you pick the right x and you pick the right y. Bicycles is, that's your equal sign, right? And that's one of your variables, x or y. So would you want that to be x or would you want that to be y? Really? So you're going to say x equals y equals 2. So I'm going to say that the x's are the bicycles. And that means the y's are the bicycles. I'm sorry. That means that the x are the what? Tricycles. Okay, so the number of bicycles is 1 less than, so that should be minus than, right? Because whatever goes after less than, you write first. 4 times the number of tricycles. So what goes over here? 4x. See, and I already have it solved for y. My y-intercept is less than -1, so I'm good to go. I should use the y equal to solve this. All right, all the bicycles and tricycles together. X plus y, thank you. Have a total of 174 wheels. You can substitute most definitely. Why would you want to substitute and not go to y equal 2? It's a big, that 174 is huge. Which, it's not a big deal. You can just change the window, but if you don't want to do that, then I would definitely substitute. So what I'm going to do, let's go ahead and do substitution. I'm going to take that and plug it in over there, right? So this would be x plus 4x minus 1 equals 174. And then I go straight to equation. Equation solver. Are you with me, Juan? What do we get? 35? All right, so if there are 35 tricycles, how many bicycles do I have? There are 35 tricycles, right? Because that's x. So what are you going to do? 174 minus 35. There you go. And that's how much, babies? 130? 139? Thank you. Or you can just say 4 times 35 minus 1. I think it's 140, and then take away 1. That would be 139. Either one. Yay? Number 4. All right, 4. The Sluggers go out of pizza after a game. 7 large pizzas plus 2 medium pizzas together have 100 slices. 5 large pizzas plus 6 medium pizzas have 108 slices. How many slices are in each? Yeah, at this point you can just decide which one is. X would be large and Y would be medium. And if you do it the other way around, it's okay. You're still going to get the right answer. Doesn't matter. Sometimes it's just more convenient, like on this one, to say that Y is bicycle so that we can have one already solved for Y. That's all. Okay? If you don't do it that way, you are just going to work a little harder. All right, so 7 large pizzas and 2 medium pizzas. Tell me. 7 large, 7x. 2 medium, 2y. And that equals 100. Very good. All right, 5 large pizzas. 5x. Plus 6 medium pizzas. Plus 6y. Equals 108. All right. Let's do elimination over here. All right. So if you do elimination, which one would you change? And what would you, you're going to have to multiply. The top by what? Thank you. -3. Good job. See, good number sense. Let me highlight the ones that are original, right? Because I'm changing them. So then, so you can have a -6, right? So the y's can cancel out. Yes. Otherwise, you're going to have to change. If you want to do this, the x's, you're going to have to change both, right? One by 7, the other one by 5. You don't want to do that. Just one. All right, so this would be -21x minus 6y equals -300. And then I copy the second one exactly like it is because I have not changed it, right? See how I'm copying it to get the same? That one and this one. Are you guys with me? Let me know, please. Because this is like the hard part of systems of equations. If you can translate, you're good to go. Because the rest is a piece of cake. So far, right? All right, so what is -21 plus 5? -16? And what is -300 plus 108? Negative what? 192? And then I'm going to divide by -16. X equals 12. All right. So the large pizza has how many slices? 12 slices. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and use one of these to plug it in, right? Plug in that, substitute that 12. So this would be 5 times 12 plus 6y equals 108. And then you go to equation solver and you figure out what y equals to. 8. Does that make sense that the medium one has less slices than the big one? Okay, so you got to ask yourself, when you're doing systems of equations, you have to ask yourself, does it make sense? Because they're very tricky. You will see on Friday, I will get a few of you with some of those word problems. Don't let me. All right, number 5. Mula has 24 coins that are all dimes and quarters. The value of the coins is 300. Okay, so 24 coins. They're dimes and quarters. The value is 375. How many dimes and how many quarters does Mula have? All right, what's my X? Dimes. And what's my Y? Quarters. All right, first equation. One of the equations needs to be equal to what? Very good. And those are your coins, right? X plus Y. Thank you. And then the other equation needs to be equal to the value, which is $3.75. So what comes to the other side? Not 10. 0.10, right? Because the dimes are how much? 10 cents, and the quarters are 25 cents, right? So it would be 0.10x plus 0.25y. Now, if you're going to do 10 and 25, then it needs to be 375. Does that make sense? Because then you're doing pennies, right? If you're going to do 10x, I'm going to write it again. You can do 10x and 25y if you don't want to deal with decimals, but then it's not 375, it's 375. And what you've done is you've changed it to pennies, right? 10 pennies in a dime, 25 pennies in a quarter, and 375 pennies in $3.70. Does that make sense? Yes? So we can use those too. It's okay, but then you're going to have to remember that those are really... I'd rather just use the decimal since I have a calculator and it really doesn't matter. All right? So, because this sometimes might get me confused at the end. So I'm going to use those two. Are we good? Yay? All right, so what method do you want to use? Could probably use y equal to, well, that's a 24. You want to substitute? Oh, yeah, yeah. I noticed that a lot of you do not want to use the substitution method. I like it too. I like it too because to me it's like a game. It's like solve for that, plug it in the other one, and then solve for the other one, and then plug in again. It's just a lot of work. That's why people don't like it. Caroline, people are just lazy and they don't want to work. People are not like you and me. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and solve this one for y, and then plug it in that one. Okay? So to solve this one for y is just minus x, right? So y equals negative x plus 24, and I'm going to plug it in. Are we good? All right, so 0.10x plus 0.25, negative x plus 24, and that equals 3.75. And then you can just go to equation solver and do your thing. So Karen says 15. What does that mean? 15 dimes. Thank you very much. 15 dimes. All right, so now we're going to plug in here to figure out the y, right? Negative 15 plus 24. What do we got? Or 15 plus what equals 24, right? 15 plus what? 9? 9? Okay, so y equals 9. So there's 9 quarters and 15 dimes. And if you want to figure it out, you know what? You can just plug it in. 15, look, 15 times 0.10 plus 9 times 0.25 should be $3.75. That's how you can figure it. That's how you confirm that is your right answer. Are you guys with me? I keep asking the same things. I got muletillas. All right, a group of students takes their math teacher out for... Oh! Look at that. No, we should do that because Miss Rain's birthday is Tuesday. Oh, that's true. Let me not get excited because I'm recording. Darn it. Next Tuesday. I'll be an old lady of 42. Yes, I'll get a slice. Yes, I'll get a slice. We're both old. All right, let's do this. All right. So, a group of wonderful babies took out their awesome math teacher out for lunch. All right. If you don't have to buy me anything. If 5 hamburgers and 3 hot dogs, 5 hamburgers, 3 hot dogs were $24.25. 3 hamburgers, 5 hot dogs are $21.75. Those halves should not be there, should they, right? What is the price? Oh, we only want the hamburger. This is how I'm going to get you on Friday. I'm going to ask for X and you're going to give me the Y. I'm going to ask for Y and you're going to give me the X. So be careful. If 5 have hamburgers and 3 have hot dogs. Oh, I'm not reading it correctly. Thank you, Miguel. Thank you for pointing out that the old lady was wrong. No, because you point. I should take away 50 points because you pointed out that I am wrong. All right, let's do. What is X and what is Y? X equals hamburgers, Y equals. Hot dogs? All right, give me the first equation. 5x plus 3y equals 24.25. What's the other one? 3x plus 5y equals 2175. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and solve for y on both of these, okay? Now, we're dealing with money. So you have two options. You can leave it as a fraction and just put it on y equal to as a fraction. Or you can change it to a decimal, but because this is money, it's going to have how many after the point? 2. You have to round. All right, so let's go to the first one. 5x plus 3y equals 2425. So minus 5x minus 5x. 3y equals negative 5x plus 2425. And I'm going to divide by 3. Okay? I would just, to tell you the truth, I would just leave it as a fraction and forget about it. Okay? So y equals negative 5/3 x, right? Plus 2425 divided by 3. I wouldn't mess with it. Just leave it like it is. Let's work too. And you know how we all are about working smarter, not harder. All right. So 3x plus 5y equals 2175 minus 3x. 5y equals negative 3x plus 2175. And now I'm going to divide by 5. So y equals negative 3/5 x plus 2175 divided by 5. Now, what is 2425 divided by 3? Approximately about how much? Just round. About 8. And what is, this is about 20 divided by 5. So that's about 4. So I don't think I'm going to have to change the y-intercepts, okay? So let's go to y equal to and put those two babies in there. All right. All right, so it looks a little weird. It's just a lot easier to just write it as a fraction and forget about it, babies. So let's calculate it. So what is x? What does that mean? That x is 3.5 and that y is 225. So $3.50. The hamburgers are $3.50 and the hot dogs are $2.25. That's what it means. But it was asking me for which one. And guess what? 225 will be an option and it would be before 350. It would be A and then 350 is all the way at the bottom. So you have to be careful. Don't. It's a hamburger. So it's 350. You're not looking for 225. You're looking for 350. Yay? All right, we need 2 more. All right, number 7. Tiger flew his ultralight plane to landing field 30 miles away. With the wind, the flight took 3.5 hours. Returning against... No, we're not doing this. This is against current and... no. We don't need to worry about this. Let's go to number 8. All right. The perimeter of a rectangle at the right is 42. So this perimeter equals 42. The perimeter of the triangle is 36. Find the values of x and y. Oh, I like those. All right. So that perimeter is 42. So we got to come up with an equation for the perimeter of the x plus y. Just x plus y. Now, if this is x, this is x. And if this is y, this is y. Right, very good. So the first one would be 2x plus 2y equals 42. Yay? All right, what about the second one? What's the equation for the second one? Stop talking, babies. Say that again. X plus 3y minus 3. Very good. There's the y's, you have to add them, right? So x plus 3y minus 3 equals 36. Hector, question? All right. Yay? So let's figure out a method. All right. I'm going to do elimination. But the first thing that I'm going to do is that negative 3 needs to be with the 36, right? So I'm going to say plus 3. Let me highlight the original ones, please. All right, so x plus 3y equals 39. And then the other one is 2x plus 2y equals 42. All right, so which one would you multiply by what? I would do the top one by most definitely negative 2. All right. So negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Oh, this is not a plus. This is a minus. Negative 2 times 3y. Negative 6y. And what's negative 2 times 39? Negative 78. And then this one is exactly the same, right? I'm not changing it for right now. And now let's eliminate. The x's are eliminated. What's negative 6y and 2y? Negative 4y. And then what's negative 78 and 42? Negative 34. 36. And then when you divide by negative 4, y equals 9. Okay? Yes? Alright, so I'm going to go and plug it in over there. So 2x plus 2 times 9 equals 42. And then go to equation solver and do your thing, right? Put the phone away. Put the phone away. What does x equal to? Yeah, it says it's 12. So full of himself. What is it? 12? All right. So the values of x and y would be 12 and 9. Yay? We got it? All right.